Welcome to the Erosulations podcast, where we are real, raw, and get right to the point. I'm your host, Erossi, and today's topic is how to keep going even when you feel like giving up. Let's get into it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Erosulations podcast. So this week I want to talk about how to keep going when you feel like giving up. I feel like that's the next most important thing that I could tell you guys right now. A lot of times when you feel like giving up, it can really be detrimental to your success. It could be detrimental to your mental health. It could be detrimental to a lot of things. So I want to tell you guys today how to keep going when you feel like giving up. Number one, I want to tell you that you have to find your why. You have to find the reason as to why you want to keep going. You have to find the reason as to why you refuse to give up. Because if you don't, then you'll always stop for any and everything. You have to have reasons. A lot of times we say that we want to do things, but we don't have a strong enough reason as to why we want to keep going in the first place. We don't have a strong enough reason as to why we want what we want. And I feel like that's why a lot of times we just stop when we give up, because it's easy. Because whatever we're working towards just isn't worth it to us. Whatever we're working on isn't worth it enough to us for us to keep going and fighting. Or, you know what I mean? It's like as soon as things get hard, we want to give up. So you got to keep going and have your reasons as to why you need to keep going. And that's how eventually you will win. So when you feel like giving up, again, you got to find your why. You got to figure out why you're doing it in the first place. You got to find why you're doing exactly what you're doing and why it's beneficial to you. What is the outcome of that? If you don't give up, then what does that mean for you? What is the benefit? What's the outcome? If it's not worth it to you, of course, you're not going to keep going for it. Of course, you're not going to keep doing what you got to do to get it. So you got to really think about that. Another way I would say personally is, you got to want more for yourself. It's about self-love at the end of the day. You got to really deeply, truly go and dig down deep and find the reason of why you want what you want. Because at the end of the day, only you can provide yourself the life and the things that you want. You can't depend on nobody else to give you the things that you want or make you happy in life. You got to want that for yourself. So when you go out your way to love yourself, it's more easier for you to get the things that you want and to keep going because you refuse to settle for yourself. Another thing is stop settling. It's deeper than even just self-love. Why are we constantly settling when we say that we want something, but then we act like we're too weak to keep going to go get it? It's easy for us just to give up and quit. It's easier for us to be like, oh, okay, yeah, well, I didn't have it before. It's like, why do you want to keep dreaming about something when you can actually make it a reality for yourself? You got to really think about that and really plan for your future. Really plan for the things that you want. Another way to keep going when you feel like giving up, you're supposed to have a plan. Without a plan, you plan to fail. You know how that situation goes and how they say that. Without a plan, you plan to fail. So you sitting around and you want something, but you ain't got no plan as to how you're going to get it or how you're going to maintain it or how you're going to achieve that thing. You have no plan. So when things get hard and you don't have anything to fall back on as far as a plan, or, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this or that and that and that, then you looking up like, damn. Now I can't keep going. Now I have no reason to keep going, aside from you obviously not having your reason if you don't have a reason. A plan is what's going to get you to the end of the battle. A plan is what's going to get you to plan A, point A, to point B. That's how you're going to get what you need. You need to have a plan. But the problem is a lot of us are just going through life like life is just going to happen for us. And, oh, yeah, I want this, but eventually it'll come. If I just keep my mind right, it'll come. It don't work like that. You got to meet your manifestations or whatever you're asking for halfway. You got to put in the work. Just like I commonly say all the time, there is no manifestations without putting in the work. It does not just happen and just come to you overnight. It will never work that way. You have to want more for you, and you have to go get more for you. You got to stop being so weak at the end of the day. And I know that could be a little harsh for some people, but I want to just be honest with you. You got to stop being so freaking weak. As soon as life hits you, you down. As soon as something don't go your way, you're down. As soon as it get a little hard, you're down and you're ready to stop and give up. Did you even really want what you wanted in the first place? Make sure that when you're going after something, you really decide that that's exactly what you want. Make sure you decide that that's what you really want. And then after that, once you decide that, understand that there's no other way. Once you give yourself no other options or no other ways out and all that extra stuff, you have no choice but to go get what you want. You got to want that. You got to stop being so weak. You got to stay persistent. You got to stay consistent. You got to show up for you. And that's how you get what you want. That's how you can stop giving up when you feel like giving up. When you feel like giving up again, find your why. Have a plan and keep going. Love yourself enough to see whatever you say that you was going to do through. It's not hard. It's not impossible. You just haven't done it yet. You have to find a way to get the things done that you want to get done, and don't make any excuses, because excuses is just the enemy to every dream that you ever wanted. And so many people live their lives living by excuses and allowing themselves the leeway to even have an excuse in the first place. When there's so many people in the world that go through so much more than we go through, no matter what it is we're going through, but they still keep going because that's what they have to do. There's no difference for you. You can do the same thing. You can keep going. You don't have to give up. Giving up is a choice. So decide today to keep going even when you can't. Decide today to keep going when you feel like there's no way. Because I promise you, a way will be made. Eventually, you'll see that light at the end of that tunnel. Eventually, you'll see a way to do the things that you want to do. It'll get done. You just have to decide to get it done. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys in this podcast today. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to leave a 5-star review on this podcast, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.